Good evening. Thought not, never heard any. Uh, if you do have any emergencies, though, please dial 911. And if you can't do that, call us. You can catch us tonight on the YouTube live feed. There won't be any, you'll just see me this time, so don't be too disappointed. Let me see where I was here. Anyone may break any time for emergency traffic, but don't forget YouTube under Brain Trusts or under my call, K4PEW. For information on this net, you can see us on Yahoo groups at MJ, that's Mike Juliet _ Sierra Sierra, or you can see us on our regular website, which is 146415, peculiarly like our frequency, 146415.net, or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and it's a directed net. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators for emergency communications and hopefully have some fun doing it. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, and training in support of the local community. Is there anyone who has any announcements? All righty, no announcements. Then I'll give you my announcements. We have two Ham Fest this week. One in Huntsville, this month, excuse me. One in Huntsville and one in Cedars of Lebanon, just southeast of south of Lebanon. I think everyone knows where. You can look both of those up either on the Short Mountain Repeater website or on the Huntsville Ham Club website. I don't have either of those handy. I can send out the links later. But those are the two big events of the ham world. That is aside from our nets. Let's see, Wilson County Amateur Radio Club Net is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Of course, that's almost a week from now, but we have, that's at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, 147, 105, plus offset in a 156.7 tone. This coming Tuesday is the Amateur Radio Club net. It's for the Vanderbilt University on 443.800, plus offset in a PL of 123. That's on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. And I don't think I have anything else other than our net, which will be next Wednesday evening.
Oh, I was late getting up here. Did you announce the Rutherford County Simplex Net?
No, but that is coming up. I'm glad you mentioned that. I would have sent out a notice, but I forgot. But that's Tuesday night, and let me get that. Hold on one second. Yes, that's Tuesday night, the Rutherford County Simplex Net. And we need some people to check in on that from our group somewhere in Wilson County, or that aren't in the ones in Rutherford County already know about it, but somebody in Wilson County. That's 7:30 p.m. next Tuesday. It's coming Tuesday, 146.475, 146.475. I know it sounds freaky that it's not 415, but it's 475. 7:30 p.m. This is coming Tuesday, and I'll send out a notice on that as well. Any questions about that? All right, very good. Then no questions. We shall move on. And no other announcements. Appreciate that, Scott. All righty. I don't hear any more announcements. We might as well start taking check-ins from the east this time. Taking check-ins east of Mount Juliet Road. Nothing east of Mount Juliet Road.
Okay, I'm for HQ.
Hey, Stan, I didn't get back to you, but anytime is good for me. That's good for you next week.
Okay, I said Monday at around 3:30 or so.
Monday at 3:30 sounds great.
That sounds good. Just come by.
Say again, you'll come by. That'd be great.
Okay, see you Monday then. I'll hook you up back to that.
All right, very good. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. He's just a little bit north of downtown Lebanon. Who else we got? East of Mount Juliet Road. Please come down. East of Mount Juliet Road. I already had Richard check in east of Mount Juliet. He came in just before the net started. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road?
Whiskey KN4 LXH.
I think I heard Jeff in there too. Hold on, Jimmy. I think I had Jeff in there. Is that Jeff out there in Lebanon?
Yes, sir. It's me.
Are you on your handheld or are you on a regular radio now?
A regular radio.
All right. Now, I thought it sounded pretty strong. What are you using for an antenna?
Same old thing.
Same old thing. All right. Very good. You sound good, though. Sound real good from your new, well, semi-new location over there in Lebanon. Appreciate you checking in, Jeff. And that's Kilo November 4. I'm sorry. KG4. Let me get your call right here because I didn't write it down. It is. I'm going to have to look. Bad guy here. Hold on. Well, I'm embarrassed. KG4. No, I forgot. And I don't have it right in front of me. Hit me again with your call there, Jeff.
Whiskey Delta 4, Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, I got hung up on the, for some reason, I was thinking it started with a different prefix letter there. And normally I remember if I remember the WD, but I did not. But very good. Appreciate you checking in and sorry for my confusion there in your call. But you're doing fine, Jeff. That's Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie, and he's in Lebanon. You're in Lebanon tonight, aren't you?
Yes, Lebanon.
All right, very good. I think I had Jimmy in there from Mount Juliet.
Yep, that's me. KN4 LXH.
Yeah, and you're doing fine in here as always, but you're so close. Somebody tried to do everybody. It was Mike up there in Belshire. He was actually in Mount Juliet asking for a radio check on his new antenna on his HT, and I said, I'm a poor choice if you're within 5 miles of me with an HT because my antenna is not going to be very discerning about a good or bad signal. Somebody who's just down the street from me. But anyway, you sound good there, as always, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, I got I figured out how to turn the speech processor on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it sounds fine. It sounds perfectly normal. But if you get to hear it, you're on there about 8 minutes after the hour, so you'll be able to hear yourself and hear what I hear, but it's a great signal.
Okay, well, thanks very much. I'll let you get back to it.
Very good. That was Jimmy, and it's Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel, and he's just up there by Lebanon Road, just north of the Mount Juliet High School. Who else east of Mount Juliet Road? No one else east of Mount Juliet Road? East of Mount Juliet. All righty, then we'll move over to the south of Mount Juliet Road, or south of I-40. Please come in.
KE4TYJ.
All righty, Jim. I hear you in there. You sound good. Are you on your beam? I take it.
Yeah, those are the only antennas I have up.
Oh, it's the only ones you have left up? You don't have any verticals left up on 2 meters?
No,
You're real sure nobody's going to contact you from the south, huh?
Well, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to contact me from the south because I'm usually pointing northwest.
That's what I mean. No, it's if you're on it's funny I use my beam, but selectively, but it's hard to use it when I'm in the middle of things, just because it's too selective that way.
Well, it's easier for me because I'm down here. Everybody I talk to is mostly northwest or west of me, so it's pretty easy. I may get another vertical up pretty soon. I don't know, but right now the beam works pretty well for me from my location, anyways.
You ought to get. Well, I don't know. That's the most efficient thing you can use. I was going to say you get a corner reflector and get everything from Lebanon over to over Rutherford County over there toward Rockville.
I just reach over and hit my button and rotate a little bit to the west, and I can talk to Rockville.
Oh, I know. It's not too, and you can hear him anyway, even if you didn't turn.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a really good copy on Preston today. He called me, and he was off the side, but I just rotated west, and he came right up to S9, sounding real good. And the other station, Mount Juliet Road, who found a speech processor. Good signal out here in Woodbury.
Ah, very good. I hope you heard that, Jimmy. Down in Woodbury, he's copping you real fine. Jimmy, you still there?
Thanks.
Yeah, very good. Just want to let you know. Yeah, solid, good solid signal. I forgot, which antenna are you using, Jimmy?
10 element diamond. Forget the name of it. It's a little number, whatever. It's a 10 element. It's A14410S or something like that. I have to look it up again.
Okay, I made the mistake. Both of you have named Jim. So I asked for Jim, and I got both of you at the same time. No, Jim, he's using a 10 element. You got a 10 element up there in Jimmy up in north of the high school? Is that what you said you were using, Jimmy? Yeah, I'm talking to Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Now you're using the beam as well? Did you say you were using the beam? I lost you there. I was hoping if you would tell me that again. Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel. Jimmy, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I got caught between the delay between the video feed and the real feed here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using a diamond vertical. I'm about 25 feet up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just surprising. He heard you that well down in. I guess it's good conditions, but down there in the Woodbury, and it's about 40 miles for you.
Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, must be good conditions. All right, appreciate it, Jimmy and Jim. James down in Woodbury. And again, that was James, the first person who checked in from Woodbury. That was Kilo Echo Ford, Tango Yankee Juliet, and Jim down in Woodbury. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
All right, Larry. Sound good as always. Were you copying as good as well on Jimmy up there in North Mount Juliet?
The guy on the beam, yeah.
Well, that was Jimmy over there in Woodbury. You're copying him good. I mean, the other Jimmy that he's on a vertical up here in Mount Juliet.
I didn't have him that well.
Okay, very good. Well, you're farther over to the west than Woodbury, so maybe that's the reason. All right, appreciate you being in there, Larry. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and that is Larry in Rockville. Anybody else south of 40?
84 is AGY. Number Delta November.
Hey, I think I had a triple in there, but David, hold on, and whoever else was in there. But I also had, I think I had Eddie in down there and way down south. I can't think of the town. Oh, down in Shelbyville.
Yeah, Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee in Shelbyville.
Yeah, very good. That's how the name wouldn't come to me. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee in Shelbyville, and you're working on your beam, I assume?
No, I hadn't done anything to it in a while. I still got it up. If I ever take it down, I'm going to take that axle grease out and put me some light grease for my rotary. It kind of wants to stick up on me sometimes and not want to turn. I have to rock it with a little tire. But anyway, there I've got a good copy on Larry from Rockville as well, and Jimmy from Woodbury. Both signals are coming in here strong tonight.
Ah, very good. I only have a wish. I had a rotor now. I never had one before, the AC rotor. What I'd really like to have is a high speed rotor, because it's always like I don't have the patience to wait for it to go 30, 40, 50 degrees.
Well, I kind of like to hear the click myself. I got one of the old style, but it works out fine for me. No more than I use it. I use a regular all directional to see where they're at and then kind of flip around on them.
Yeah, very good, Eddie. You sound good though in here, and that's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, and it's Eddie in Shelbyville. Who else? We had David in there. David, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Ball and Ed. I was unable to hear that Shelbyville station, but I was able to hear the other Mount Juliet station you were talking to just previously.
Oh, that's interesting. That you're not. Shelbyville is what, southwest of you?
That would be right, but I would think that he would just about throw it if it's beaming right over top of my head nearly.
Well, you'd think so, but you must be ducking because you obviously can't hear him. He had a good signal to me.
Yeah, that's what, of course I'm pointed
away. And anyway, but unable to hear him, and then I would have thought I could have heard it, you know.
Yeah, well, you sound good tonight. You're on high power, I take it.
Negative, no, sir. That's 5 watts, low power.
Wow, well, that's doing really good for 5 watts. If you hear yourself at about 15 minutes after the hour into the video, if you're not already, I don't think you're watching because there's only 2 people on there.
Yeah, I'm not. But anyway, Bob, appreciate what you do there, Rascal, and carry on. So good evening, dog. It's 3K4ND.
Yeah, very good, David. And that was David, Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November, and he's in Reedyville. Who else south of 40, please come in. I think there was another person who tried to check in. Anybody else south of 40, please come in.
November Yankee, Bill.
All right, let me take Bill first. November Yankee. All right, how you doing, Bill?
Doing fine. I could hear the gentleman in Shelbyville real well, and David both. So must be doing pretty good out there tonight.
He's doing well. It's just funny that he couldn't hear, David couldn't hear him in Reedyville, which I thought was odd, but must be his pointing in one direction and, you know, well, I don't know, just pointing in one direction, I guess, because I'm telling you, Shelbyville he's really opening the doors here.
I thought he came in real good. I don't have anything new tonight, so I'll just back on out here and turn it back to the web, or net, really. KM4NNY.
All righty, very good. That was Bill. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, and he's in Murfreesboro. You sound good tonight, too. And also I had in there Scott, Kilo India. Yeah, I'll get it right in a second. Kilo 4, excuse me, Kilo 9 SPD. Isn't that right?
Straight through, you're out. K1 is.
Oh, you know, I wrote down K1 and I said, you know, that doesn't even look right. And I just see the first thing, you know, my memory's starting to go, and my memory's starting to go. It's terrible that I wouldn't remember that 9 number. You are, I think, the only 9 in the group.
Got it wrong again. Kilo 1.
I'm sorry, I said 9. You know, man, oh man, oh man. Hold on, I'm embarrassed. Okay, I think you're the only 1 in the group for certain.
I believe so. Shelbyville sounded good to Laverne this evening. Yeah. And there was one other station that I could barely hear. I can't remember which one, but I'm hearing most everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised you heard that Jimmy up there in Mount Juliet.
I think I did, but I was turning the beam towards Shelbyville.
You probably didn't even need to turn the beam because he really had a good signal here. You know, I mean, a really, really strong signal out of Shelbyville. All right, Bill. That was. I'm sorry. All right, Scott. That was Kilo 1 SPD, and that's Scott in Laverne. I'll get these straight someday. We have too many people checking in. That's the deal. You know, it's that my brain is full, and every time I take in new data, something falls out. All right. Who else we got in there? South of 40, please come down.
Kilo November 4, Charlie, Quebec.
All right, Preston. How you doing, Preston?
I'm doing great this afternoon, man. It's a great day outside. Cooked a little food, and it's all good over here.
Oh yeah, I think I heard you earlier talking about a picnic, or yeah, you were talking about something there.
My son-in-law had a birthday this week, and my mother had a birthday this week, so we just combined them all and said, "Come over this afternoon."
Yeah, save you some money too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But good evening to you, Paul, and everybody on the net, and I'll get back out of the way and let you get back to it.
Yeah, I have trouble. I have an odd XYL. She's a vegetarian, but she doesn't mind making anything for me. She'll make anything. It doesn't even bother one whit. She just decided she doesn't like meat some years ago, and I'm not going to argue with her. But so barbecues aren't much around here, I'll tell you. I mean, I like them, but she doesn't. But no big thing. So everything went well at your picnic. No family squabbles.
I don't know, not today.
My second wife, my last wife, before I'd get in the car and we go to a family event, I'd get the car started and we'd all be sitting in the car, me and my son and her, and I'd say, I bet the fight starts around 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she used to, I didn't care really. Maybe that's why I'm divorced. She used to get so upset with me because she knew it was true.
That's good. But whatever, yeah, we had a good day over here today, Paul, and yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, very good. No, I'm glad to hear it. Good. I'm glad you had a good time with your family. Who else? That's Preston. Kilo November 4, Charlie Quebec. It says Rockvale on your QRZ.com, but I know you're not in Rockvale.
I will call it Rockvale for the books. I know Possum tries to get you pretty flustered from time to time.
I'm going to have to drive down there and actually lay hands on the Possum Trot sign. Is there one?
Hey, I'll tell you what, tomorrow I'll ride down there and take a picture of it and send it to you.
All right. Yeah, I just looked on your QRZ site. I had not seen that before. You've got a nice little tower there. I mean, you told me about it. I just hadn't seen it.
I'll copy that. Yeah, I've had that for several years. So got it secondhand, of course, and I hope it holds together for a few more years.
Well, it ought to. It looks like it's okay from here, but I can't see the base of it unless you got it just stuck in the dirt.
Yeah, I got a shovel propping it up.
that would be, yeah, no, we don't want to do that because the worst thing that could happen is you bust your antennas, but the second worst thing is going to fall on somebody.
Yeah, that wouldn't be any good.
All right, Preston, very good. That's Preston, Kilo November 4, Charlie Quebec, and he's actually in Possum Trot. His mailing address says Rockvale also. I think he just likes to be from Possum Trot. Who else saw the 40, please?
The 40 did.
All right, Eddie. Remember, we got a couple of big ham fests, so I hope you're rested up.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the big one. Sitting up here at Walmart, fixing to load some groceries in, so everybody's doing okay tonight. W40 did.
Yeah, very good. I just was out at Walmart 30 minutes ago, picking up a couple of things for the XYL. None of them being meat, by the way. All righty, Eddie. Good to have you. That's Eddie. He's mobile. I guess you're on your handheld?
No, I'm sitting in the vehicle.
Ah, you're on your mobile. I wouldn't, well, since you're only about 1,500 feet from me or so, you could be working me with yelling across the trees there.
I ought to just go out here and take my antenna off, you know?
I think I'd hear you. Very good, Eddie. Good to have you in there. Whiskey 4, Echo Bravo X-Ray. Eddie, who's normally 4 miles east of Providence, south of 40, but he's here in Mount Juliet, right by the Walmart. Everybody's reference to, where do you live? Oh, about a mile from Mount Walmart. All right. Who else we got south of 40? Please come in.
K4OFO.
All right, Donnie, you're doing well.
Well, I just almost forgot it. Just have to think about it. Right up here, turn the radio on, start listening. But had a pretty busy day, but good to hear about on the net. So I won't take too much of your time tonight. Just glad to be able to check in.
Well, that's, again, I think you know, Donnie, that's the beauty of this net. We give you 2 opportunities a week to forget it.
Well, I enjoy it when I'm on it. I hate to miss it. I like to see what all I can hear and who I can hear, but I just kind of late tonight, but I'll do better.
Oh, no, you're doing fine. I really do think, again, it's my speculation. I would suggest that there's some people out there who never check in, which doesn't bother me, and they're listening to see who they can hear on the Net Simplex, because I don't know of another, unless somebody's scanning all the time, they're going to pick up some Simplex users, but this is a great location, a great venue for hearing from all over Wilson County and parts of Davidson County, Rutherford County, and I'm trying to think what other counties that we've heard from. Sumner County, and I'm not sure where else. But east of here, I forgot the name of the counties over there. But you know what I'm saying is we get lots of opportunities to hear who they can hear, and also not hear who they can hear, and they can be just as frustrated as everybody else.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got an opportunity I got on the computer last night, pulled up the Brain Trust, and for those that hadn't done it, it's really interesting to listen to it and watch it and really see what you sound like on the radio. And I thought it was very interesting. I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, the option was really that I did think about that, because it's not so important that everybody see me. In fact, I don't think it's important at all. but it's important only that you hear what I hear. I mean, I don't think my appearance is too entertaining. Somebody told me, what did he tell me? He said, nah, it's not that important that we look at you. And I said, well, I hope it's of some use. And he says, well, it's mildly amusing. And so I said, well, I ought to put a warning at the front end of this that it's mildly amusing, because he said, sometimes, I guess I do, I react to what somebody's saying, and I guess that could be amusing to some people. I don't know. But Donnie, I appreciate saying that, so maybe more people will tune in after the net. I do send out the announcement that there's a, that those nets, I mean, that the recordings are there. I could just do the audio. That would be easy. But then I couldn't, if I did, yeah, I could do that, just like I did last night. All I did was, you got the audio, and the video was of the texts. I don't know if you guys saw that. If you haven't seen it, go to the K4PEW and read as the net's going on. You don't only have to watch it for about 4 minutes to see all of the text that was presented. Some people liked it. Anyway, appreciate you being there, Donnie. That's Donnie, Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar. He's, say 6 or 7 miles south of me here in Mount Juliet. He's actually not in Mount Juliet, but he's south of Mount Juliet. All right, Donnie, good to have you in there. Good signal. Glad you could make it. Glad you could remember. Who else south of 40? Please come down. Nobody else south of 40. We can come back to you. All right, we're moving over to the west end. West of Mount Juliet Road. Please come on. And try again. I heard something. Nobody west of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
All right, very good. Good to have you in there, John. You sound good. Was that you clicking the mic?
No, it wasn't me. In fact, I was just listening to see if somebody was going to call back.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, I didn't. I heard something bumped the transmit, and there was nothing there, and then you came on. So, no, you sound good, John, as always. Keeping busy, I take it.
Yeah, I've got a big deadline project due Tuesday, but I figured I'd take tonight off with the weather being good and do a little bit of mild antenna work, nothing up high.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not climbing any towers in the near future.
I agree. There are people more nimble. I've got all the gear and the safety belts, but let a younger generation do it.
I'm not sure. It might be a lost art. It's hard to find somebody, isn't it?
Yeah, they're few and far between, but I think in this part of the country, I think you can find a couple of folks, but it's still a drive or travel expenses involved if you've got some serious tower work. Yeah,
I remember I knew a guy who had a repeater antenna at 1,100 feet on the commercial tower, and when the antenna went bad, he was not begging, but he was really trying to get some people to donate money to pay that fee for a commercial climber to get up there.
Yeah, plus you can imagine the cost of the hard line.
Well, in this case, all he had was the antenna itself that was problematic, but everything else was fine. But then about a year later, he got kicked off the tower, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, some of the big towers, like the one up northwest of Nashville with Channel 5 and a few others, actually, I think has an elevator for part of it.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever. I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen that system. So I know they'll take it up. I don't know, the first 500 feet or something.
I'm not sure, but I think part of the way. And I think I once stumbled across somebody's YouTube video of a guy who may be based in this area who does mostly commercial work, showing him working on that tower.
Oh, well, yeah, a friend of mine years and years and years ago, him and his brother did service on tower lights, the aviation lights. It didn't have anything to do with antennas, but it was servicing tower antenna lights and the controls. And he showed me pictures that were from the top of a tower I think it was in the panhandle of Florida, and he was above the clouds. It was really a cool picture.
Well, I bet he had quite a view down there with that flat landscape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was fascinating, but it's not something I want to do. All right, very good, John. Good to have you in there. And that's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. He's in Bellevue. Who else west of Mount Juliet Road?
And 4 BTW.
You're coming in late, aren't you? Because you're not really. Yeah, you're kind of west, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on the west side of Mount Juliet.
All right. We'll take it, Cole. You doing all right? You get that? Your other guy squared away, your friend?
Still working on it. He's been busy doing other things, and I've had a slight problem with that HF radio, the Yaesu TS520. I bought a HamQuest. I've been trying to figure out how to get that thing to work.
Well, if you want to stick around, we can talk about it. I don't know much about that radio. Was it something serious?
So at first when I bought it was working fine, and then it blew a couple of transistors. So I found them, I replaced them, just got the stuff in earlier today for them, replaced them, and it was working fine for about 5 minutes, and then I guess it blew those again, it stopped working again, no audio coming out of it. So I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that, and I'm pretty much at a loss. So if anyone on the net happens to know anything about the old Kenwood hybrids, that would be awesome if they could stick around a little bit.
Yeah, if anybody has information on this, that was a TS. What did you say again?
It's the Kenwood TS520S.
Yep, TS520S. I'm sure the guy who sold it to you said it was working fine the last time he used it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, very good. TS520S, looking for some advice or guidance or even somebody who knows something about it. I'm sure there's some guys out there. I know there's a couple. But anyway, sometimes it's free and sometimes it's, well, you have to pay for service, I guess. I hope you didn't pay too much for the radio.
Oh, no, it was only $125. Yeah, I bought it condition unknown because he had gotten it from, I think he said it was his dad who passed away about a year ago, and he's just been holding on to it since then. So it was pretty cheap.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, I paid more than that for a handheld, so 100 and something bucks for a 520S is pretty good. All right, Cole, good to have you in there. You sound good. You're from the house tonight?
Yep, going from the house, putting out all 81.
Yeah, well, you don't need 80 to me for certain, but I'm sure others on the net can hear you. And that was Kilo November 4 Bravo Tango Whiskey, and that's Colt up north, Lebanon Road off of, I forgot the name of that road again. What's the name of that road you're off of? Nonaville Road. Very good. All right, very good. Who else west of Mount Juliet Road?
KM4YRF.
Hey, Michael, you doing well? I just talked to you earlier, so I'm sure you're doing fine unless something happened dramatically between those times.
Nope, everything's great. Had a good conversation with you this afternoon. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it was good. Some of it's a little depressing, but those are just the world we live in. Yeah, your signal sounds good. You haven't done anything different, have you? Except for working on buying a new antenna?
Yeah, it won't be long. I'm getting closer and closer all the time.
Yeah, I just told one of the new guys that he's that fellow from Smithville. He was asking for, out of the blue, he asked for what do I think about a vertical? And I said, well, I told him about the diamond and the progress I had getting there. And so I'm waiting for, he said, yeah, that's a lot of money. You're right. He said he had seen that before. And I had too. I'd seen it for about 10 years before I bought it. So it's just one, I don't know. To me, it's just now as I see it, it's better to buy it, the right one first, and you don't have to work through all the other crap of bad antennas or substandard antennas or cheap antennas.
Yeah, that's my problem. I have a cheap antenna. It works pretty well close here, but just want to keep on improving. I want to say hi to Paula Brooks in Paducah, who's watching on live stream.
Ah, very good. Very good. We got Paducah, Kentucky. I worked Paducah Simplex a few weeks ago when conditions were good.
Oh, that's great. Maybe one day I'll be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, I did it on the beam, though. I just want to make sure you knew that. It wasn't off the other antenna.
Yeah, I have aspirations of a beam as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. And then when I look up there and I realize I've got, a couple $250 in a rotor and, another $250 in a beam and another $380 or whatever it was on the other, you go, wow, that's a lot of money. I wouldn't have thought, like I mentioned before, my first 2 cars total cost $100.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but looking back, I wish I'd gone ahead and bit the bullet and bought a good antenna when I first got started. But now I know better.
Yeah, well, I think that's really the issue. Now again, it doesn't. I use that caution, because while it's a great antenna, it's not a great antenna if it's sitting down 5 feet off the ground. It's still a good antenna, but it's not going to do you much good. You know, I mean, not you personally, but you know what I'm saying is it's. And again, it depends upon your own elevation, how high up you can get it, and I'm just fortunate to have a good home elevation, and I've got it up a 30 feet off the ground, and so I've got excellent use of a good antenna, and it'll be even better if we're up another 30 feet. So, but I'm thrilled with what I have now.
Well, I'm gonna try to put mine up another 10 feet when I get the diamond and see how that works out.
Well, I think you'll be pleasingly surprised. Michael, that was Michael Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Bellshire, which is northeast of Nashville. Not too far, just northeast, couple 3 miles, I think. All right, who else west of Mount Juliet Road, Mount Juliet? Anybody else west of Mount Juliet? I already did north, but I'm going to do north again. Anybody north of Mount Juliet, north of Division Street, north of Lebanon Road? Well, then we're going to take late check-ins. Who else we got? Saturday nights are usually a little less people on here, but that's fine too. Anybody late check-ins, please come down. Or up in Kentucky, please come down.
KB9RKK.
Hey, Frank, you have your alarm set for 8:35 or so?
No, I had family over. And I was looking at the clock and I was like, oh, gotta rush. And had to make sure the mic records plugged in and everything. When you were doing north there the second time, I didn't quite get it till you went to the late. Anyway, not on my radio. This is actually WD4 BWCs, and I just put a new final in it, and I just want to make sure it's working.
Ah, very good. Yeah, you sound good, Frank. And by the way, I don't think I thanked you last time, but you guys did a real nice job on that, on the ham quest.
Oh yeah, that was glad I was able to help. That's a team effort, and really Bill's baby there.
Well, it is a team effort. I mean, let's put it this way: Bill couldn't do it all himself. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could do it all by themselves. But yeah, no, it worked out good. I wasn't involved with it last year. I went to it, but I guess it was like 100 people more.
There was 100 people more this time. I'm not too surprised, but that means there's maybe 500 or something.
We had 400. We had 400.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many people we had last year, so I'm not a good guesser at that. Well, very good, Frank. That's Frank, KB9. That's Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo, and he's up in northwest Wilson County. Any other late check-ins, please come in.
N4 JRM.
Good. And I got you. Already had you in there, Richard. You finally finished dinner, I guess, huh?
No, in fact, we haven't even started good yet. We just came out for a break for a minute.
Oh, you probably were in a hold over there. Well, very good, Richard. Hold on one second. I got November. It's a November 4 Juliet Romeo Mike. How you doing tonight?
All right, I just got the power wired back to the radio, so I thought I'd check in.
That's the radio that you thought didn't work, but it worked perfectly. How you doing, James?
I'm doing great, other than just being out here on the mobile, so probably no one else can hear me, but I can hear you loud and clear, so sounding good.
What do you have in your mobile? Is that in your car, you mean?
Yeah, it's an Icom IC V8000.
Oh yeah, I know it's doing great. Yeah, being mobile limits it a little bit on who can hear you, just due to the elevation issue. I used to go up when I was in Florida. I may have mentioned that before. I'm sure I did, but I used to get up on parking garages that had, that were not enclosed at the top and see how far I could get simply. But there's no parking garages on Mount Juliet.
No, kind of limited on parking garages.
Yeah, we had one at the hospital where I volunteered. It was an 11-story parking garage, and I used to drive to the top, and it was fun up there because you're up about 110, 100 and something feet, I forget what it was. But man, was it a good signal getting out.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, no, it was nice. All right, you're doing fine, James. That was James, November 4, Juliet, Romeo, Mike, It is November 4, isn't it?
That's correct. November 4, Juliet Romeo Mike.
Yeah, very good. And he's here in Mount Juliet, not too far. Well, he's mobile, so I'm not sure where are you, James.
I'm tucked right between the county line and Lebanon Road.
Ah, okay. Very good. On the north side here. Did you mean west on Lebanon Road over in that area?
Yes, west. Just a few hundred yards from the Davidson County line.
Ah, okay. Over there in the other territory. All right, very good, James. That's James over in northwest Wilson County. Who else? Anybody other late check-ins? Please come now.
KG4. WA4 ZHI. KG4 S12.
Okay, I had 4 in there. Well, let me take them one at a time. I had Charles and James, and I'm taking Kevin first. KG4MIZ in Lebanon. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing pretty good, Paul. Coming here to say good evening to the rest of the net, and hope everybody's doing well out there. Paul, I hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, there's same old stuff going on over here. I just got finished watching the show with the wife there, with Lisa. Got in here with the time. I thought I missed you, but I'm glad I come in here. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot. We could get a bunch more check-in. Must have a lot. You're in here pretty late this evening.
Yeah, we were in here another almost 20 minutes the last time, with 27 I think we had, and we're working right now on 21, 22, working on about 22 at the moment. But good to have you in there, Kevin. That was Kevin, KG4MIZ, Mike India Zulu, and he's in Lebanon, just west of downtown. And then I got James. You must have been sleeping, man. You're always the first to jump in there when I called for East Mount Juliet.
No, I felt like sleeping, but I was taking care of some business, home business.
Oh, I know the feeling. I know the feeling well. I was working on that. I put that new storm door in this afternoon, fortunately I did it late in the day, and it faces the south, so I was cooking out there in the sun. I finally gave up.
Have you cooled off yet?
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It just it's amazing how a nice, well, it's also expensive storm door, but man, is that thing nice. I mean, ultimately between the door and the handle and miscellaneous parts, I guess, was probably $290 maybe for a storm door.
I love storm doors though. My front door used to be really hot until I put that storm door on. Now you just open the door up and you touch the glass door and it's hot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, storm doors are good. Keeps the breeze and in general, it keeps things out, like you said, the heat. All right, very good. That was James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, here in the center of Mount Juliet with a great signal as always. Normally, the first to jump in there if I call out for East, but today was busy, like many of us are. And I heard Charles. Charles, how you doing there? It's KG4SFF.
As usual, getting irritated with this internet over here.
Well, keep the lid on it, man. You got to go to work next week.
Yeah, the straight talk internet's not working. The Metro PCS wasn't working. I don't know what to do. I'm about to pull my hair out. I can't even watch your video.
Oh man, see now that right there, that's torture, not being able to watch me. I'm sure of that. But you can watch it later when you get it back up. I'm sure it'll be fine, hopefully. I'm not sure what the reason. I don't know. For those of you familiar with YouTube, because I've got, I forget how many videos I have up now, maybe 30 or 40 or something. Most of, half of them are these live feeds, but I'm gaining about, if you can imagine this, 50 subscribers a month. And I've already got 830 or 40 subscribers. And so it's kind of fascinating. There's a lot of people interested either in ham radio or just seeing my ugly mug on the screen. I'm not sure what. Well, good to hear you though, Charles. I'm glad you got that new job, and encourage you to do a great job and keep it going. You got a baby coming to take care of. Well, your signal dropped out there. Did you back away from the mic or something? You're back there. All right, glad you're doing well. And that's Charles, Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Foxtrot, and he is in Cottontown. Anybody else late check-ins? Please come down.
Kilo Juliet 4, Quebec, Oscar Sierra.
All righty. If you've checked in recently, I've forgotten who you are. Say, can you give me your name again, please, and your location?
Name's Chuck, and the location is Luzardo.
Oh, yeah, very good, Chuck. Yeah, the signal's pretty good. I'll have to look at it again when you transmit again. It was a little low, but from LaGuardo, I wouldn't expect it to be perfect. So you doing well tonight?
Yeah, just trying to kick back and relax a little bit.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to do. What kind of rig again are you using?
Got a Yaesu ST60 RE.
Oh, that's right. You were using that handheld, weren't you?
Yeah, and I'm I'm on high power because I had some problems the other night connecting with another net. So glad to hear that I'm getting through this.
Yeah, give me say that again a little bit. Just give me a slow, maybe 3, 2, 1, and let me look at that meter again.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so you're S9 into me here in the middle of Mount Juliet over by the Walmart.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks.
I tell you, you can't ask for much better than that from a handheld.
Yep, that's true. KJ4QON, clear net control.
Yeah, very good. Sorry I didn't recognize the call so soon, Chuck. That was Kilo Juliet 4, Quebec Oscar Sierra. That's almost like a practice for elocution lessons. Cool. Kilo Juliet 4, Quebec Oscar Sierra, and that's Chuck, and he is in LaGuardo on a handheld. It's hard to imagine that's that good from LaGuardo.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
I just want to tell him that he sounds good over here in Lebanon. Full scale on my little radio. Great, that's encouraging, especially compared to Thursday night. Thanks a lot, KJ4QON.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate it, Chuck, and appreciate the signal report there, Kevin. Yeah, handheld working great. You know, and your elevation, what kind of, do you know where your elevation is there, Chuck?
No, I don't. I know I am up on a little bit of a ridge, but no, I don't know the elevation.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'll have to look. All right, good to have you in there, Chuck. And again, that was Chuck, Kilo, Juliet 4, Quebec, Oscar, Sierra in LaGuardo. Who else? Anybody late checking in yet to go? No more late check-ins. We'll be closing the net here shortly, but we'll be doing, if anybody's got anything to buy, sell, swap, or trade, please be ready for that, if there is anything. So we're going for the late and lollygaggers, lurkers, scanner, sandbaggers, and scanner listeners. All righty, I don't hear any of those either. Anybody will own up to it. Then we'll close the net. We had a great net. That was 24 people, which is, or 23, excuse me, unless we count Richard twice. He tried to check in twice, or before the net and near the end of the net, trying to cheat. But anyway, 23 is a good average number for us these days because we were high at 29, and probably the lowest number we ever had was 12, and that was some weeks ago. But anyway, just a big number. I'm glad there's that many people interested. But let's move on to the buy, sell, swap, swindle, and it worked the last time I used it net. Anybody have anything to buy, or they want to buy, or they want to sell?
W4AWE.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I've got a Diamond 510, which I had up just briefly before I followed your lead and bought the big expensive next Diamond up. Of course, on paper, they're 1 dB difference. Honestly, of course, I never did AB them, but having one up after the other, I can't really say I hear a difference. So the 510 is really good. And It's basically new. I think I had it listed for $140. It's a $200 plus freight antenna.
And you said 100 and what?
140.
Yeah, very good. That is a nice antenna, by the way. And for somebody who, again, it comes down, as you know, and everybody else on the net knows, it comes down to this. You could put up a, quarter wave ground plane if you had a, a 400-foot tower, but not everybody has that. But having like a Diamond 510, which is a fairly $200 antenna all by itself, and John has one for sale for $140, which new goes for about 200, maybe plus shipping. So it sounds like a good deal if somebody's interested. They can contact you at, are you listed on QRZ?
Yeah, you can find me on QRZ easy, and that email works fine.
Very good. And that's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo John, and he's on QRZ with the email address. Anybody else have something to sell?
Oh, Paul, by the way, if Cole is still around, I've got a real quick resource I can give him that might help him with that TS520.
Ah, okay, very good. Cole, do we have your email address?
Well, mine?
Cole, we have your email address, I'm sure, but John has some information for you on that radio.
Oh yeah, it should be on QRZ.
It's there's a YouTube channel called The Radio Shop. It's an experience.
It should be on QRZ, but if not, it's just my name, Colt Mead at Comcast.net.
20s at great detail, totally recapping them, and with all the warnings about the 900 volts of high voltage, etc.
Okay, one more time on that website there, John.
It's a YouTube channel. I believe he calls it The Radio Shop.
Okay, very good. And he has a bunch of videos with a bunch of different radios that he works on?
He's got 2 or 3 really long, like over an hour-long videos where he methodically goes through some really rough condition TS520Ss and totally rebuilds them.
I don't know if you can hear that. Could you hear that, Cole?
No, I cannot.
Okay, on YouTube, I believe I'll just look while I've got you here, but the YouTube has I've not seen that one, but it's called Radio Shop, and he's got, rebuild, tear down, fix up, and detailed, like an hour long on that TS510, or DTS, the radio unit.
Okay, yeah, I see that on here.
So that may just be some help to you.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I see that as well. All right, very good. Thank you, John. And if anybody's interested in that issue, that Diamond 510 for $140, you can contact him directly. And that's for John, of course. Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Anybody else have any sell, trade, swap, or swindle? Please come. Nothing. I won't even. I got to put up a list of the wall warts I have, my big collection of wall warts. That way people can just pick and choose. And I made a whole $2 at the Ham Fest, so I'm really jacked. All right. Very. Is anybody else? No last chance for buy, sell, swap, swindle, or trade. Please come in. Well, then, very good. We'll close on it. This is Paul, K4PEW. Hope you guys learned something or had a good time, or you had a nice nap, or hope you enjoyed the live feed. And if you can, I'll send you out a reminder that the live feed is there so you can hear yourself. And appreciate everybody who checked in. And that was a grand total of 23. And appreciate all the input. It's K4PEW closing the net. Have a great night, guys.